welcome to another episode of Chaotic Harmony, episode 130. I am one of your hosts today, Jonathan Seligman, and I am joined by today the classy nerd himself floating in from the ether, Genesis Santos. Hello, Genesis.
Yo, how's it going?
It's going great, and I cannot wait for this for you to see this episode. So to our audio listeners, Genesis is distanced like we often do, but we also have a live guest as well, which we'll say in a bit. But the way Genesis is positioned, he's like, I don't know if any of you like have read the comics of like Superman, but he's like stuck in the Phantom Zone, this 2D plane. Meanwhile, our guest today,
I am the Jor-El head.
You're the Jor-El head, yes.
I am the Jor-El.
And meanwhile, we have not Kal-El, but we have Leah Nevarez. Hello, Leah.
Hello, it's good to be here.
It's good to be back.
It's good to be back.
Yeah. So first off, like we are recording right now, November 1st. Spooky season has just ended, or it has just begun, depending on how you want to perceive. To those who celebrate. But yesterday was Halloween. You're kind of big on Halloween, aren't you, Leah?
I love Halloween.
How was your Halloween?
It was amazing. I love Halloween.
Do anything special?
Yes, we dressed up.
Okay.
Went out to dinner.
Okay.
And then we went out for a cake.
Ooh.
We discovered a new cake shop down the street.
What's the cake shop called?
Coffee and cake.
Coffee and cake. Okay. I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward. And then we headed home, went to go get some drinks, and then came back and prepped for this.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
I am curious, what were you dressed up as?
I was a butterfly.
Butterfly?
Yes.
Okay.
And my partner was a
Nice.
moth.
Oh. Do you ever recycle?
Was anybody a light bulb?
That would have been good.
No.
Genesis, how about you? How was your spooky
Mine. So mine started out interesting because I actually went into work dressed up, knowing that the kids actually weren't allowed to dress up because, you know, the past has proven otherwise. And then I look up.
What do you mean?
Like they just can't handle it, unfortunately.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, which makes me sad because I like seeing the kids in costumes and it's a fun wacky day. And then I look outside my window and none of my other colleagues are dressed up.
Wow.
So I quickly took off my onesie. Fortunately, I'm wearing shirts and a t-shirt.
Sure. What was your onesie?
Underneath. My onesie was Stitch.
Oh, that was very popular this year.
Was
I
it?
saw a
Yes,
lot of
it was very
Stitch.
popular. Yeah. And so I was going to be that for my students. And then I threw on my fleece and I unfortunately had a hat also laying around. I have a lot of spare stuff in my office and just walked around. And then my spooky thing was that I had colored socks on and I normally wear all black for work. So I just tell my students, the spooky thing this year is that I'm wearing colored socks for you guys this year.
So first off,
So that's the school part. That's the school part.
Sure. You said your school culture does not really do much dressing up as far as the kids go. Do the adults dress up?
There was in the past we've had our kids and so the teachers also dressed up too. But I don't know. It didn't happen this year. Although I did say one of the teacher couples, they were 6'7".
Oh, I love
But it was very
that.
subtle. It was very subtle.
So my school,
But it was 6'7".
My school does the dress up for kids, and also does your school?
Yes.
Do kids dress up?
Yeah, we had a parade and everything.
Same here. Yeah, literature parade. And so the thing, did we do a literature parade when you were a student teacher?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm just
I don't remember.
I think it was during a drop off. We were doing a material drop off as the kids dressed up.
The
That
kids
might have been it.
dressed up, yeah.
But so by the way, to our listeners, if you did not listen to Leah's earlier episode, she was my student teacher, and so but it was during COVID times.
Long time ago.
Long time ago. But yeah, so apparently I missed a text, or I was not invited into text because all the teachers dressed up with a shirt that had a 6, or a 7.
on it.
So I was just a unicorn. But alas, this is not spooky harmony. This is chaotic harmony. The show where we talk about the joys, struggles, and all things adjacent to elementary music. Last week, we chatted with Crystal Pridmore, where she updated us about her life. We talked about her legacy at Finney Elementary, what it's like to move from the music classroom, and also what she's been doing since. So if you haven't checked it out, do check it out. Just stop the car, just put it on the queue, and then just drive again. Next week we're going to talk about everyone's favorite topic of the 2020s: AI. Is AI being used in your district? I wonder why I'm bringing this up, because it is in ours.
Pushy with it.
Yeah. So I'm curious to get your thoughts after this episode. Maybe it's
Thoughts are mixed. Yeah.
Everyone's thought. I don't think anyone is full gusto yes or full gusto no. I think they're as AI is. So we're gonna talk about that next week. So make sure you check that out. Apologies, last week we mentioned it was gonna be this week, but we have the wonderful Leah instead. So that all said, we spent a good chunk talking about last night. But Leah, before last night, you were hired at a new school site since our first chat in episode 80, whatever it was.
Wow.
So Leah, you are right now at something that they call a community school. For listeners and also us, what is a community school?
It's a lot of things. From my understanding, it is sort of like a community hub for caregivers, community members, parents, and kids alike. It's kind of like it's a resource there for the community. If you need food assistance, if your kid needs glasses, if your kid needs dental screenings, all of this can be provided free to no cost. And you just have to show up and ask for it. So they partner up with different organizations around San Diego, the San Diego Food Bank. What is that little clinic that comes up on campus that they take, their dental screenings, and they even fill in their cavities for free. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah. We also have buses that pull in with eyeglass exams, and they get to walk away with their prescription and a couple new pairs of glasses completely free to parents and to the students. So it acts kind of like a hub for community members who are lacking certain resources, or these resources are not available in these communities. So the community school is there as a stepping stone to help these parents out. It's also really great for kids. There's a lot of student agency and input that goes into it, which I love.
How so? In what way do the kids have agency? Yeah. Curious.
Well, they ask the kids, what do you want to do or see more of at school? We want to do karaoke. All right. We want more guitar classes. Cool. So every quarter, at the end of every quarter, our community school coordinator gets together with 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th graders and kind of does this little, just a little session with them. What do you want to see more of? So they ask the students, do you want to see more field trips being offered at school? Do you want to see more arts and crafts after school? And the community school goes out and they try to partner with different organizations to bring these resources on site.
That's really cool. 2 questions. Interesting. 2 follow-up questions. First off, when you say it's a community school, or rather should I say it's open to the community, is there is it to anyone in that neighborhood, the city, the state? Is there do they oh, you're not part of us?
How do students get a part of this? Is the question. It's how do people sign up?
It's just not it's not everybody's just walking in and getting these free things. But if they need it, doesn't matter to us. We're not going to question you. If you need groceries, I don't care. Come and get free groceries, because we also do food distribution every Friday at 8 a.m. 100 people line up outside of the school. You bring your kid to school on time. You get to walk out with groceries for the weekend. It does not matter. We will not ask you any questions. You don't need to show us paperwork or show us that you are in the zip code. Just show up and get your groceries. It's open. I've honestly seen parents that I've never seen before with really, really little ones walk in and get ESL classes, child development courses, like how to raise a toddler. You know, parents come in, they see these opportunities on site, and even if their kid is not enrolled, I've seen like toddlers, infants, you know, still being pushed in the carriage, being brought to school with their parents to like take a child development class. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
You know, people are interested in learning, and you know, the community school is there to help like make people thrive and grow together. I think that's really awesome. But from my understanding, you don't need to be in the zip code. Your child does not need to attend the school. You just, if you're interested in learning or you're interested in getting free groceries, just show up. Yeah.
That's cool. And sorry,
You can go do your follow up, and then I'll follow up after.
Cool. So I guess my second question is, so just if I understood this correctly, this is open for the communities to, for anyone in the community to benefit, whether it is material goods or whether it is learning. And you said also the kids have an input on what they once offered as well, which I guess first off, do like, because you mentioned also that there are adults that are learning. Does that happen during the school day as well?
Yes.
Oh, so is there classes concurrent with the school?
We have a building dedicated to community schools.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. And then secondly, how does that differ from, because we have a lead program after school, like where we have clubs where we're doing right now Moana after school, where we're teaching musical theater. We're also doing a guitar class. We have et cetera. How does that differ from the community school?
How does that differ?
Because you said that clubs come in, but like, how does it differ from my school or any other traditional school?
I thought your school was turning into a community school.
I would love for that. I don't. If it is, I'm not been told yet.
Okay, I thought I saw your school, Casillas, on that list that says like these are the new like schools that are going to be turned into community schools.
Maybe it's perspective. Maybe it's potential.
I think it's perspective. Whatever happens, right? Hopefully you do get it.
Hopefully. Sounds awesome.
They work in tandem.
Okay.
Honestly, the lead program and community schools work in tandem. From my understanding, community schools have like a 5-year grant funded by the state, federal government. If those things were to max out or like be exhausted, we would still have stuff like lead program to help us facilitate these things. The difference, honestly, they work in tandem. I don't think there is much of a difference except like where the money is being funneled in from. Community schools is mostly like grants, federal grants, and then the lead program is funded through the lead program, or ELOP, what it was formerly known as ELOP.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Genesis. I cut you off.
I found that, so you answered the question that I wanted to bring up, is like, how is like this all funded? Like, how does your school like get the funds for these resources and partnerships? So you literally have a person on campus whose job is to be the community outreach and bringing them into your site, correct?
Correct, yes. Our community school coordinator is Elsa Hernandez. She does amazing work with our community. I think her husband is also a former like elementary school teacher, so she's been in education for a very long time. She works basically just like what our administration doesn't have the time or the resources to do. They act as like kind of like that bridge between admin and the community to help kids come to school. Basically our community school, our school in particular, was really struggling with attendance rates.
Give me a second. Someone's at the door.
Who is it? DoorDash?
I don't know.
Surprise, it's me. No, I'm just kidding.
So do you remember where you ended off or no?
I remember that I was talking about our community school coordinator and how
Elsa.
She helps bring all these
She's
programs.
a bridge.
Yeah, she's a bridge between admin and caregivers at our site. a adult or a caregiver should never feel shame in reaching out for assistance. So our parents, we're really good about communicating to our parents like, hey, like, how can we help? We've noticed that your child has come to school like late, or like they're missing out on a lot of like instruction. What can we do in order to help them move ahead? And then during these sessions, kind of like we dig deep and we start noticing like, oh, okay, well, like parent is struggling to find work, struggling to make ends meet. How can we help them, you know, get back on their 2 feet, you know? So we offer food bank assistance. We last year partnered up with Southwestern College, and we brought in a instructor to come and teach ESL classes. I think the classes started with like 18 parents, and they're real college courses. We do tell them, we hype them up, you know, like we tell them like, this is a real college class. You're getting college credit for this. And that in parents like instills like a sense of like, wow, like I'm going to college, you know, I'm going to college. And
that's really cool.
Yeah. And at the end, if they finish the class, they get a certificate that actually counts towards a college credit. So they're telling their kids like, hey, you know, like we're gonna go to school together. They go on to the same campus. Parent goes to the community school building to take their ESL course, and then the child goes to their, you know, regular gen ed class.
I really love that.
Yeah.
Like the fact like you're literally going to school with your kid, and your kid sees you too. Like, you know, you hear stories about like parents going to college and doing that. Like this like your child is literally watching you do it with them.
Exactly.
Which is amazing.
In conjunction.
I mean, my school has similar things to that. Like we have an ESL course for, you know, for families, because we have a high population of that. We do dental screenings, but this seems like there's like, it really is like as it sounds like really community engagement, like being fueled by the community. So my like brain of like thinking about this now, my follow-up question to all of this is like, how is that process like working out? Like, is there a lot of like red tape that you guys have to go through on the back end, or is it really as simple as the family and the community wants this, we're gonna make it happen, and that's it?
Oh, like with anything like that, it always takes a lot of people to like get involved and to help out. Elsa does a really good job of like bothering agency. Well, not bothering them, but you know, like being like, hey, like I filled this out like a couple of months ago. I was wondering if, you know, we're on your radar, you know, like, can you look at my like grant proposal and see like if you could help us out, you know, with a little bit of groceries, or like helping us fill in this gap so that our glasses bus can come in and do like eye exams for the kids, you know, like we need a little bit more funds, can we get your help? That's what she does, but also it takes like teachers on site also have gotten into the spirit of helping out our community. So teachers on site, we recently opened up like a community closet, you know, like for our kiddos that are coming to school a little bit like not so fresh, not so, you know, clean. We take them to the community closet, or the parent, and we tell them like, hey, pick out, here's like some clothes, here's some shoes, you know, they're all either brand new or gently worn. So there's teachers on campus that have helped us out with that. A little bit helps, but as far as like red tape, I mean, you just got to ask. If an agency says no, then like that's the worst thing that they can say. Just move on to the next one. Fortunately, we do have like all these partnerships with different organizations that are willing to like come out and do events with us. That's how we keep it going. Like events, like let's partner up together. Set up an event, bring the community together so that they can learn about your agency, but they can also see what the school has to offer through the community school.
You say event, like what kind of event? You mean like a big party, or like as small as a dental screening, or like what kind of, like, how does that vary?
We do like different things at my site. like I said, we were really struggling with trying to re-engage kids, like coming back to school, especially after the pandemic. I feel like a lot of people felt left behind by that technology divide. Like a lot of our kids don't have internet. A lot of kids don't have iPads or computers, let alone an adult in their household that knows how to work those things. So a lot of people kind of felt like they got, left behind on that. And then after the pandemic, we started seeing like lack of attendance, like attendance rates dropping. But through events, like we're trying to re-engage the community to say like, hey, like we're here to also help you. Come to our Day of the Child festival. Like we have food, we're gonna have games, we're gonna have music performances. You get to see your child perform. And it's also a celebration for kids, so like come and have fun. And then we partner up with organizations. Our Day of the Child festival last year, we partnered up with Teens for Change, which is an agency in San Diego that like helps teenagers find opportunities to support their community or help their community out, get that community college credit, so that you can check that off your list. And that was really nice seeing, teenagers helping out the little kids at like the dunk booth or like, like pin the tail on the donkey or whatever. Like it was really fun. Parents have a lot of fun too, it kind of takes them away from all the stress that is happening at home or behind the scenes, and they get to just have fun and enjoy the day with their kids. So I think that's really important too.
For sure. My thought is, so since Chaotic Harmony is mostly for music educators, though it's open to anybody and everybody, most of our audience are music educators. So I'm curious, how does this affect your day-to-day? How does you being at community school, what does that look like differently than, say, when you were at Macmillan and Marshall? Other than, of course, being at two school sites. That's a big difference. But, like, I guess if someone's listening to this and they're saying, oh, this is cool, but what is this? How does this affect me? How does this affect you as a music teacher?
I feel like this gives you more opportunity to boost your music program and just get your kids out there and be seen by the community. I felt like when I was at two schools, and if you've ever worked at more than one school, you know what I'm talking about. It's extremely stressful to try to like coordinate concerts, and try to get parents in and see students perform. With community schools, I just have to like be like, hey, like, can I tag in for this event? Like just give me like 5-10 minutes with the kids. We'll play for 5-10 minutes and then you guys can do whatever else.
So the event's already there.
The event's already there. I just have to like put my foot and be like, hey, can I have my students play for like 10 minutes?
How many events are there per year, more or less?
We have different ones. I think we have our fall festival coming up on November 7th. And then we have Piñata Making Night on December 12th, I think. And then we have our holiday concert. So that's already 3 in like in just 2 months. Like that's 3 opportunities to get kids seen, like our different grade levels, different like what do we call it? Different ensembles being presented for everybody to see. Yeah. I like
and at your community school, how many ensembles things are you doing there?
I cut back on a lot, honestly.
How'd you start? What was that first?
Oh my God, dude. I hate the grind. I went from having nothing, basically, like instrument-wise, to having everything. And I was just like, I'm going to do X, Y, Z, and I'm going to do it all in a year. And then I was burnt out at the end of the year. I was like, never again. Or maybe I will do it again, but just not as hardcore.
Sure.
I was running a piano club like Monday and Wednesdays. I had string club on Thursday afternoons. I also did orchestra during school days on Monday afternoons. So it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot. And then the kids kept asking for guitar. And I was like, oh my God, like, okay, I have to learn to pick up the guitar again. So now I'm just doing guitar now. after school, just doing guitar.
Do you feel like community schools have gives an opening, even if it isn't yet there, an opening for non-music teachers or someone that's not you, they're a full-time music teacher, to help and assist teaching guitar, or so that's not just you?
Yes. Oh my goodness. All the musicians need an opportunity to be able to like have this type of like work under their belt, this work experience under their belt. And it's funny because when I heard that our lead program was going to start having other people from other agencies come and teach art and music classes, like a lot of like the full-timers were like, oh no, you know, this is my program, this is my school, these are my students. It's like, how could you hinder your students like that? You want them to grow and flourish too, you know? You can't do everything by yourself.
You cannot. So last week's episode, perfect timing, because Crystal right now, she's in Guitars in the Classroom, and
cool.
Yeah, she's now in that with that group, and so she is one of those organizations that is coming into classrooms to help supplement what we do.
That's the word, supplement.
And we're not, and like I feel like
you're not taking anything away.
We're not taking anything away, and like if anything, we're helping our kids become even better musicians if we give them the opportunities, as opposed to you being the only one holding on to the candlestick. I'm stuck with that fire analogy. Genesis, did you listen to last week's episode or no? Not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the fire stick thing, that's fun. Okay. A question though, this brings up a point that I do want to interrupt with, saying,
Go.
Like, there's a lot of openness in your community school about like the things that like go on. It kind of begs the question, in like more traditional settings, are we too protective of our programs? What does your gut say?
Let me think so that I can give you like a good answer, you know? I honestly feel like at first I was like, no, this is my program. What if they do a better job than me and then they figure out I'm no good? Well, that's like, you know, my imposter syndrome coming in through the background.
Which we all have.
Which we all have. Don't lie. Okay?
Don't lie.
But
Why?
if we want the kids to continue having a love for this art form, then we shouldn't be hoarding it to ourselves. You know, we should be able to have, to me, like when I started thinking about it, I was like, wow, it would be really great if I could have like another teacher come in and help me teach piano. Because it gets loud.
Yeah.
It gets loud and it gets exhausting. You know, and just having somebody else's point of view or like different style of teaching, I'm always like up for learning new things. Like I feel like even as a full-timer doing this for 5 years, like I still have a long way to go in learning stuff. I think having extra help from somebody else would be amazing. Like I would learn so much. I would be unstoppable. But you know, you just need that extra support, especially as a music educator. You know, like my first year teaching, I was so grateful to have, you know, a co-teacher with me. I don't think I would still be here if I did not have a co-teacher with me. We bounced off so many ideas off of one another, you know, like, and our ideas, like we helped each other grow and expand on those ideas. And it was just so nice to have somebody else, like, you know, sharing that load with you. I think as educators, music educators, you know, if you're a musician, you have to play with other people. Like you just have to know how to play with other people. So why don't we teach our kids how to be with other instructors so that they know how it is?
We do it with our kids. Like they are at one grade level, they are learning from teacher A, and then another grade level, they're learning from teacher B. I thankfully, going back to what you were sharing about the co-teaching, like thankfully you had a great co-teacher that you two worked well together. I can get it where there's friction between the two teachers, but that's just also how our kids are supposed to learn as well. Like we ask our kids, hey, get into the groups. You might not like be best friends with them, but you got to learn how to work. And same thing, if we're here to help our kids become better, not just musicians but people, we gotta make sure we share that load.
Learn how to work with other people. You don't have to like somebody in order to respect them.
So I have a question. As like, all the stuff that you're sharing, I think is awesome. But I also recognize that there is another perspective to it as well. Mm-hmm. That like you are essentially like these people are receiving these things, which is cool, but also to the chagrin of the taxpayers that are in that community, for better and for worse. Like, you know, there are some people that might have kids in that school, some people who might not. Why? So from an educational perspective, why is it important for the community to have these kinds of services? What do you feel like is the benefit?
So that they don't have to use them when they themselves are adults. And it sounds mean to say. But that is the world that we live in. Can
you say that again? So they don't have to use them. What is them?
Like, you know, food assistance.
Okay.
If you are somebody who grows up with food insecurities, and chances are when you get older and you are an adult yourself, you might struggle with buying groceries. Okay, so I don't know, like if you see a need or something that is not being fulfilled, then as an adult you get older and then you fall back on like, okay, well, I can always ask for food assistance or something like that, you know. But once you start off, like, community schools are just basically there to level the playing field for everybody, you know. So access to like food, clothing, glasses, you know, healthcare, that's gonna like set you up for success later on in the long run, you know.
And inversely, that is making them harder to learn without those things.
Exactly.
I can't imagine what my life would have been without glasses.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh my gosh.
Wait, did you get LASIK or no?
I did not. No, I'm too chicken.
Hey, it's awesome.
I know. I'm trying. I know. I will.
Okay. But yeah, back to this. Sorry, we went a left turn. Like, so you're saying that like these things are to help them so that when they are adults, they are
not dependent on these.
Which is funny because I feel like there is a perspective that if you offer to them, they will always be dependent. You are saying that from your perspective, this allows them, this crutch, for lack of a better term, allows them so that they will not need it as adults.
Yeah,
as grown-up people.
As grown-up people in their own adult universe, you know.
Crutch is the wrong term, but
crutch is the wrong. Well, yeah, but like,
has
aware that services exist.
Let's be real. Some people do think about it like that. Okay, but yeah, it's just so that when. The way I think about it is, you know, a child is influenced by their community, their environment, you know, the people around them. If all they see is like struggle, you know, poverty, you know, they're just gonna assume like this is the way life is, and it's just like a repeated cycle. I think I learned about this back in college, but it's called like a cycle of violence or something like that. The term might have changed. I've been out of school for a while, but it really is a cycle. You know, I talked about it with my mom, and I even like think about it myself, like what I went through in school. My mom only saw her elder sister cleaning homes, you know, like struggling basically to make ends meet. And she also saw her mom also doing the same thing, cleaning homes, you know. So that's all she knew. So when she grew up, what did she do? She became a housekeeper. And she was a housekeeper for about 30 years. And she recently retired a couple of years ago. So, cool. Yeah, Mama, if you're listening to this, I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you for everything you did. But she never had that person in her life that like said, like, you could do something different with your life. And you could turn it around so you don't have to be like grandma and like your tia. Yeah. You can move ahead in life. And I think that's what community schools help to do, is so that the community can thrive and eventually learn to, you know, grow on their own and figure these things out on their own without seeking assistance.
And you mentioned this whole thing about visibility. I think, I know with not all my students, but there's a lot of students that just view that the only way to get through life is for them to force through their own, on their own kind of elements. And through this community school, if anything, it's showcasing that you are part of a bigger organization that can help other people. And I'm still struggling. How do you teach that? And the thing is, maybe like this disability, maybe.
Yeah.
Just like, that's cool.
I love it too, because like this shows that community is at the forefront, and students are witnessing for themselves that a community can come together, right? And not only witness but experience it. That coming together, the everything from the organizations to the parents to the school site staff, the teachers, like it really is showcasing all of that coming together. And I think that is important to break these cycles and break these things of like, this idea that I have to do it myself and be on my own. The very...
It doesn't work.
The very isolated idea of here in United States, right? The self-person, the self-made human being, where realistically when we work and do everything, beautiful things can happen. And I mean that's what I'm picking up that you were bringing in, Leah, and I love this. This is...
Yeah,
it's making me think too, like how my school is like doing that. Like I'm aware of like the community stuff that my school does and what's going on, but I feel like this takes it to like a whole different level.
Goes deeper.
At least like title community school.
Yeah. I have one final question for you, Leah.
Yes.
So you're in a community school. I guess my question is, a lot of us aren't.
Yeah.
So what can other music teachers, even those not in community schools, take away from this model to try to strengthen their communities? What do you think that a regular person like me, it's like, oh, this is cool. Like, what can I do at my traditional school to bring forth a glimpse of what you have at your school site?
Oh my goodness. Well, honestly, you're in a really good position as a music educator. I think back on the other schools that I worked at that were not community schools, and how much work I had to put in to like feel like I was doing something positive for the community. It was exhausting. There were not that many instances or places that I could like step my foot in and be like, hey, like, can we do this for the kids? Can we have a spring sing? Like, it would always be met with like, oh no, we already have something planned for that day, or oh no, there's just no time in the master calendar for that. What you can do as somebody who does not work in a community school is just do events for your community to bring them together. I think like now more than ever, people really want to disconnect from all the like crazy stuff that is happening out in the real world.
What's crazy? What's going on?
That's a whole other podcast. That's a whole other podcast that we can record. But I like to set events up so that we can have, it's like a lot of my parents don't know we have a music program.
Really?
Yeah. And that might be parents are busy.
Sure.
For sure. Like, especially got more than one kid, like your mind is elsewhere. A lot of our parents did not know that their kids receive free music lessons while they're at school. So they were really surprised when we put up like a holiday winter showcase. And I remember it was last year. Last year was my first year at a community school. I did everything. I was so tired. I still feel it in my bones. But I had several parents come up to me. I thought they were going to chew me out for like singing songs that we were not supposed to be singing, like Christmas songs and everything. But
do you still feel it?
Non-denominational, repertoire. But no, everybody came up to me and was like, thank you for doing this. And I was like, almost in tears. I was like, oh, I thought you were gonna like chew me out or something. My kid is not supposed to be singing Jingle Bells. Like, come on now. I'm like, no. Like, they came up to me. I had several parents coming up to me like, thank you for doing this for us. Like, thank you for doing this for the kids. And I was like, thank you for like supporting us. Like, I would not be here if you were not here. You know, I would like, it goes both ways. And it's a win-win because the parents get to see their child perform, and then the kids feel a sense of pride for being able to do something that they've probably never done before. You know, and like performances are like, think about it, when you were a little kid and you had a performance, like you were always looking for your parent on the crowd, like excited, like did they come to see me, are they gonna be proud of me, you know? And yeah, like it's just community engagement that way, being a music teacher, or even if you're not a music teacher, you know, just hold an assembly the first 15-20 minutes before everybody goes to class on Friday and just showcase a poem, or like, you know, have your students sing a song along to a YouTube track. It doesn't have to be like flashy or like with instruments and like here comes, you know, like the whole ensemble.
Right.
No, it could be like really simple like that. Parents love it. They go crazy for it. And then they get to know, put a face to a name. You know, I'm Miss Nevarez, I'm the music teacher. Hey, you know, your kids see me every week. We have music classes, so they get about 90 minutes of music instruction every month. That's awesome. And then I have these events for kiddos, and it brings in parents and brings in monies, because I also partner up with our PTA. Hey, they love putting up events and bringing in money, and I get some of those cuts, and that's how I, you know, fix broken mallets, strings, through those little bit of funds. I learn things.
Yeah, that's cool.
But thank you for sharing like your experience and like what this whole like job experience like has taught you, and how you're moving forward with it, and how it's growing you. Like that's awesome. And then also how it's helping the community and your students.
Yeah.
Like it really is beautiful to like hear this and know that this exists in this world.
For sure. Yeah. Thank you, Leah.
Thank you.
It's been awesome having you back.
Yay.
And I know you'll be back again because we got some thoughts. We got some thoughts about chat and stuff. But to our listeners, don't leave just yet. She ain't leaving yet. We got some more stuff after the break.
Hey, we just want to take a quick moment to shout out Mission Trails Financial, the partner making this show possible at no cost to you. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by financial planning, you're not alone. But Mission Trails Financial is here to make things simpler. They offer tailored financial advice for you, from investments to tax and insurance planning, with a team of experienced fee-based advisors who are CFP designated and fiduciaries. That means they're putting your best interests first. Let's face it, navigating the world of finances can feel like drinking from a fire hose, with endless options for investments just a mouse click away. But Mission Trails Financial aims to cut through the noise by breaking things down into clear, actionable steps while providing regular updates. Mission Trails Financial believes everyone has the right to work with a financial advisor, regardless of how much you've saved. Mission Trails Financial's focus is building a relationship, so you are not traveling your financial path alone. They even help you keep track of old 401ks when you're transitioning between jobs, because your financial future should always stay on track, no matter what changes. So don't wait. Let Mission Trails Financial show you how to make that next step towards the future you've worked hard for. Plus, your first consultation is absolutely free. Just visit missiontrailsfinancial.com or call 619-419-0238 today. You'll be glad you did, because leaning on professionals like Mission Trails Financial is how we get ahead. Check out the program notes for more details. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for being a part of this nearly 7-year journey with us. Whether you joined in episode 0 with Lauren Shelton, or you are new and finding us about us today, thank you. It means so much that you've joined us. If you want this journey to continue, please, 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 please support the things you love. We have a Patreon that you can be a part of, patreon.com/CH Classroom, where you can get special merch and other things for your class. We're revamping, so please stay tuned. We've said this a bit really soon, all right? And likely after ORF conference, so keep an eye out for it, right? So yes, things will happen, okay? With that, if you don't have a coin to toss our way, it is totally okay. Be there, a free way to support us. Leave a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Drop a comment on YouTube. You know the drill. 5 stars only, right? To And last but not least, to add, if you leave a written review, we'll read it on the podcast, right? Jonathan will read it, I will read it, Jamie will read it, Jasmine will read it. Who am I missing?
Crystal, Mark,
Sasha. We'll all be reading it in unison
at the same time, online.
Online.
We'll break the internet. Just read it.
All right. We'll read it. All right. All the small things just ensure that the mics are tuned on and the lights stay on. With that said, we have a fun take on Spiccato this week, don't we, Jonathan?
We do. So, friend of the show, also former guest, and your friend, Joshua Block, he recommended us changing the Spiccato up. We're giving an idea. He gave us an idea for Spiccato. So, instead of Spiccato, we have a random household item and find a way to make it used in the classroom. Mm-hmm. We have a lesson topic, and we have to bring in an item for it. So I'm going to add it in post right here underneath your face. So Genesis, you can't see it. Okay. But we have a handful of topics. We have levels, high, medium, low, dynamics, ABA form, composition, mirroring, vocal exploration, beat, and reading notation. I'm going to spin the wheel. And whatever it lands on, we all have to find some random item. We could collectively if we need to, but let's see if we can individually for that topic. All right, you ready?
Okay.
And spinning.
Cue spinning music.
Vocal exploration. Okay. So what random household item would you use for vocal exploration? And I'm gonna omit USB because we talked about that with Ashley Brownwood-side.
Yeah, so we did.
We just talked about that. So something else, a USB cable.
And kitchen twine is basically the same thing.
Yeah. So if it's not like something that's like a string, something that's not like string based. Yes.
Bendy straws.
Like
the kinds that you get at the zoo, like when you buy the cup, like the plastic cup, the refillable cup, and they like kind of bend and they
yes.
When kids like have them and they make that awful little whistle noise. Okay, you can bend them, okay, put them on the floor and like have them do their vocal exploration, or you can have them just like extend it, put it back together, see what different sounds you can make with the length. Like, does it sound high? Does it sound low? And you start learning about like, oh, if it's a small thing, smaller it is, the higher the pitch. The longer it is, the lower the pitch. Something that kids like can't wrap their minds. Wrap their minds around. Like high and low pitch. That's weird. I don't know. Bendy straw.
That's a cool one. Mine is
tennis ball.
What's up?
I went tennis ball.
Expound.
Yeah, the tennis ball thing. So you can use it to
tossing tennis.
Toss it up yourself, but not just tossing up. You can bounce it, right? So then you can explore low, right? You can toss it to each other. So then you can do sort of like everyone doing a group one, or it's if whoever's holding the ball, they have to match the like bounce or whatever that happens to them with the next person. The person does that and they toss it over to the next person. So you can practice chorally as a group, or you can even get down to the individual level.
Okay, I like that. Mine is not a household item, but is inspired by something in my current living position. So I'm honored to be engaged to an artist who has a lot of fabric-based, weaving-based art. And some thought it's like, oh, what if we had like random images of different paintings? Mm-hmm. And using the line of, and you have to cater, choose specific ones that will work. But especially if it's very linear based paintings or like weaving essentially, how can you sing along with a certain portion of the art?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You can just show them a picture.
Really, comes to brain.
Say again?
Like abstract art, show them, what's his name? Jackson Pollock. There's so much lines and things and splatters that they can like go crazy with.
Yeah. that's how would we do a vocal exploration? Listeners, what kind of item would you use that's in your house? And bonus, if you want to send us, if you're on Instagram, video record and post it as a story and tag us. That'd be awesome. And then we would love to share it on our socials.
That'd be cool.
Hashtag reverse spiccato.
Reverse spiccato.
So we can find it. Hashtag reverse spiccato.
And speaking of socials, Leah, you have been a wonderful person.
I know.
It's just hearts to you. All
She's not hiding it. I know. The confidence. Love it.
But if people would like to hear more about community schools or just hear about the wonderful things that you're doing, how can they reach out to you? Whether it is social media, email, phone number, the telephone line, carrier pigeon, how do you want it?
Carrier pigeon. No, just kidding. You can hit me up on Instagram. Mesli Papalot is my handle. Also thinking maybe I'm gonna start doing something for my music stuff.
Okay.
I have a lot of ideas, and I've been kind of like itching to become an influencer.
Okay.
But who knows if that'll happen. But Mesli Papalot, that's my IG. Or you can also just hit me up at lnevarez211 at Gmail. So we can chat, talk about, music stuff, also exchange lesson ideas. I'm always looking for new things, to like spruce up everything that I already have. And also I love to learn, like I've stated before. If you're a teacher, you gotta love learning.
You gotta
love learning. Okay? So hit me up.
Awesome. And Genesis, where can they find you?
Instagram, you can find me as Mr. Santos Music Teacher. If you want to contact me directly, Mr. Santos Music Teacher at gmail.com are the ways that you can reach out to me. What about you, Jonathan?
Wait, before that, which one is the dot? Which one is the dot?
Oh, I figured it out. The one with the dot is the Instagram handle.
Okay, so Mr. Santos Music Teacher for Insta.
Yes, so we figured it out.
We figured it out, y'all. And you can find me at Mr. Seligman, MrSeligman, on all the socials, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, kind of Blue Sky. I want to do more Blue Sky, but alas. And you can find us at CH Classroom on all the socials. And if you would like to send us an email, chaoticharmonyclassroom@gmail.com, we'd love to respond, whether it is a lesson idea, whether it is a question, or if you want to be part of the show, we'd love to have you as well. Leah, thank you so much for joining us. Genesis, thank you so much. Until next time, bye. Peace.
The evening part was fun. Mm-hmm. We did dress up. We baked a pizza before going out.
Nice. Which
was a lot of fun. My partner dressed up as Kim Possible.
Nice.
Dope.
We had one of our other friends dressed up as Shigo.
Shigo from...
And... Seriously?
My dude, what? From what? From what?
Kim Possible.
I did not watch Kim Possible. Sorry, my dude. What was it on? Was it on Cartoon Network?
Everyone start getting into the comments.
Yes.
Like, Jonathan needs to get on this.
Disney Channel.
Was it Disney Channel? Okay, then.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, yeah. I did not. I had basic cable, my dude.
That's cool.
Basic. That's it. So.
But, I mean,
okay, Shigo. Okay.
That's how you're presenting yourself.
Okay, so just Shigo, and then
I was a current event. Mm-hmm. Do you know what happened on October 19th of this year?
October 19th of this year. I feel like something bad happened.
Specifically in France.
No? What
No.
happened in France on October 19th?
The Louvre got robbed.
Oh, yes. I know. I did hear about this. I didn't know the date. Yes.
So the Louvre got robbed. They were dressed up as construction workers going through. So I dressed up as one of the Louvre heist people.
Amazing.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Cool.
I was one of a few, I walked into a few bars and I saw maybe one or two other guys doing it, and then we just all fist bumped it, and then I even said so we're seeing each other later tonight, right? And they were like, yeah,
of course. We're gonna rob another thing.